Hello, hello. Hello, people. Hello. Are you there? Let me look up my look at my chat. Hello. Let me have a look. Let me look at the chat. Who is there? Sorry, my chat just disappeared. Okay. Glim. Hello. Welcome. Good. Akiyama! Silly particles. Why do you have to be so confusing? I know. Don't worry. It's gonna be fine today. Alright, so who else? Who else is there? Hello! Nazanin! Hello! Welcome. Good to have you here. Good. Today you made it. Good. Hope you're not working today. Hello, Hedgie! Good to see you. Hello, Frogman, everyone. Good to see you guys. Very good. Let's just warm up. I love you a lot. Oh, thank you, Nazanin. Thank you. That makes me really happy. Aww. Yeah, I spend a lot of time and effort into this. And sometimes I'm like, oh, why am I doing it? But when I hear somebody saying, oh, I love your live streams, it makes my day. So, hello, Zering. Oh, Zering, are you working? Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. Well, I'm kind of working now, just like teaching. Anyway, so good. So we have a few people here. Nice. Okay. Good to see you guys. So yeah, today we're gonna cover the particles ni and de, but especially talking about locations, destinations, and things like that, because it seems like a lot of people are so confused. And I've checked a lot of resources, textbooks, and like things like that, and no wonder why it's confusing. So I just want to clear some confusion here in this stream, but of course there are so many other types of ni and de, and hopefully we'll cover extra ones hopefully in the future. But today I don't want to confuse anybody by doing too many things. So yeah. So yeah, today we're gonna just focus on something super specific. Let me show you. So yeah, these ones talking about in at the location, to a destination. And yeah, a lot of people are so confused. So yeah, I'm gonna try to explain what this is all about, and hopefully you guys will be able to make sentences. And I'm thinking of checking your sentences. Maybe you want to have your writing checked by a professional teacher. Me? Yeah. So maybe hopefully like next weekend you can maybe send me some sentences. It doesn't matter if it's silly. I think it's good to kind of see if you're doing it right or wrong. I don't know. So yeah, I'm thinking about checking your homework. It could be about anything. If you wanna write about your day, your hobbies, things like that, or if you want to practice what you've learned from my streams, it's great too. So I'm kind of thinking about that for next weekend. Okay, and hopefully in the future we'll cover more topics. Hopefully something helpful. Okay. All right. Good. So everyone's here, everyone's ready. Good. So let's do it. Okay. I hope it's not too overwhelming. I try to make it nice and easy. Okay. All right. So I might not be able to check the chat often. since I'll be kind of recording this, for other people to see. Yeah, I'll check the chat every now and then, okay? But of course, feel free to, keep typing and chatting. But I might not be able to check all the time. Oh, hello! Hi, Akiyama, you're here. Good. You're welcome. Very good. Good to see you here. Wonderful. So I'll just get started here, okay? So let me see. I need to change my screens all the time, so you don't see my screen. I have so many things in front of me, so let's see. Okay, you might have to go full screen, but let's see. Okay, right here. Okay, so I'm right here. So yeah, a lot of people get so confused, like, oh, I want to talk about location, whatever, but okay, are you just talking about at the location, or is it about to a destination? Many people don't even know, what they're talking about. So, the first thing is to be clear about which one, you are talking about. Of course, we have some other things, to consider, but most people kind of have to know, if they're talking about going to a destination, or, are you talking about at the location? Okay, so let's go to the first box here. So yeah, obviously I'm asking, oh, are you talking about in or at the location, or to a destination? Of course, there'll be some weird little exceptions below, but we're not gonna worry about this too much. Okay, right now, just trying to do very common ones first. So the easy one is here. So if you're going to a destination, the particle here is destination ni. Why do I write it like this? I have something like destination ni, location ni, and location de. Why do I write it like this? Okay, this is I'm trying to kind of, naming. I try to name each particle instead of treating them as one big thing. I would never do that. Okay, because I kind of mentioned this before, but particles, they may, have the same sound, let's say ni. Some people think it's the same thing, and even textbooks kind of treat them, as the same thing. But no, to me, they're different people. Well, let's say ni. Let's say I mentioned this before in my other stream. Said okay, let's see a person with the name Nick, Nicholas, doesn't matter. So Nick Cave, having the same name. Are they the same people? No, right? So that's why I want to kind of name each particle and treat them differently from each other, even though, they sound the same. But then that's where the confusion begins. So, I want to kind of separate them so it's easy to see, what you're doing. Okay? So yeah, the first one, I have destination, going to a destination. So this is, directional. You're going to, a different place. It could be, let's see. So here I have 猫は so cat 家に帰る. So I'm using destination ni because I have it over here. So 猫は you know about me by now, but I use a lot of examples with cats. Okay, if you don't like that, you can leave. I'm joking. But it's just it's an easy thing, instead of using other, subjects. It just makes it fun. So 猫は so the cat, 家 is home, house, 家に. So here I'm using destination に and 帰る is to go back, to go home in this case. So the cat goes back home or goes home. Okay, so that's that. And so right here, the next example is 友達 so friend. 友達は日本に so destination に and 行く to go, isn't it? So 友達は so the subject is the doer of the action. So this is the doer. So 友達 my friend. 日本に destination に going to where 日本 so Japan. And 行く to go. So verb at the end structure saying my friend is going to Japan. Okay, so I'm using destination ni. And why do I write it like this? It's just because you do that here. So you see, I have the destination here. So that's why I call this destination ni, not the other way around. You don't do ni nihon. Okay, some people kind of do that, but no, it doesn't work like English. So it's kind of reversed. So destination ni. So that's why I write it just like this. So you know which order to follow. Okay, so 友達は日本に行く. Okay, and so some little things here. It's not really a big deal because it's kind of super specific. So let's see here. Some verbs like 歩く is to walk, 走る to run, 乗る is to ride, and like riding a bicycle, riding like a bus, they actually take a different particle instead of destination ni, and they actually take まで. Okay, but it's not really like it's not a big deal because how many times do you say I walk to the station? Okay, I mean you could, but okay, instead you could just say I go to the station, right? So 駅に行く 駅まで歩く is fine too, but I just wanted to write it down here so that when you see something like this you don't get surprised. Okay, so but right now you could kind of ignore this, just put it aside. If you want to get back to this, you can. Okay, so yeah, that's that. And of course this destination is it's more like a modern, a modern like a particle. In the past it was e written as he, but you don't have to worry about that. Okay, it's not common in speaking. Going here. Okay, let's see. So yeah, so to a destination. Yeah, destination. Okay, that's easy. Have a little car emoji, and you're like, oh, actually, I want to know about which particle to use. When it comes to inner to location. Oh, okay, go here. Let's go here. So inner to location, and then the next thing you need to ask is here. Okay, I had to list these specific verbs because I've seen so many resources saying, oh, if it's an action, use de, and if it's not an action, use ni. Okay, that's very confusing. I explain to you why. Because, okay, let's say like a verb, 寝る to sleep. Is it an action? Or let's see, if it's like a verb like 休む. 休む is to rest. Is it an action? So yeah, so there will be like a lot of other, verbs that are like, okay, it's so hard to know if it's an action or is it just existing there. So like I kind of had to redefine this again. Okay, so if you follow this method, you'll be almost 100% correct. Okay, so I'm Okay, あるいる Are you using あるいる in your sentence? To be? Or are you using 住む to live? I say to live, but it's like to live somewhere, like to live, in London, to live in Tokyo, to live in, some other places. Okay, I don't mean like to live as like just breathing. Okay, and next one, 泊まる is to stay overnight, but like let's see, 泊まる is to stay, but it's not like staying at home. It's more like staying somewhere else but home. So when you're staying in a hotel, ryokan, or your friend's house, you'll be using 泊まる. Okay? And so あるいる住む泊まる and here 滞在する is a fancy word to say to stay. You don't need to know this, but I just wanted to list it. Okay? In case you want to see. Okay? Let's see. 座る 座る to sit. Sitting. Okay, if you say sit here, then actually ここに座る. Okay? Anyway, so yeah, you gotta check if the verb you are using is one of them or not. So mostly you are dealing with this, okay? あるいる. Okay, あるいる and maybe sometimes 住む. Okay, so these three are very common. Okay, other ones, okay, maybe when you're talking about, okay, traveling and staying, in a hotel, sure, you can use that, but okay, it doesn't happen every day. So, okay, yeah, again, maybe when you are, on a business trip, maybe, okay, you want to sound more, official, more fancy, sure, you can use that. But, well, for beginners, you might not even need it, okay? Let's see. So yeah, if the verb you're using is one of them, it says yes, and you go here, but here, it gets diverted. If you are talking about an event taking place, it gets diverted. I'll explain a little bit more about this after this. So 1 second. Let's go here first. Okay, so the verb is included here. You go and you go to yes and location. Finally, we get here. Location ni to talk about in at a location. Okay, I don't just say location ni because this is a really common mistake. Some people say, oh, location ni. No, don't skip it. Follow the process. Is it in or at the location? In or at the location? Don't just go to, location ni. No, don't jump it. Are you talking about this or are you just actually talking about a destination? It's not. You don't want to pick this out of context. This happens a lot. This is why people are so confused. Honestly, I've seen this everywhere. So that's why I'm like, okay, I'm gonna end this here, So location, at the location, let's look at some examples here. So, of course, I love using my cats or cats in general, and I'm a cat myself here. So, 猫は and 家にいる. Okay, let's take a look. So, いる, to be, is one of the special verbs listed. Okay, here. Okay, so then, okay, fine. And I want to say in at the location. So then the choice is ni. Okay? So I want to say 猫は家にいる, which is the cat or the cats are at home. Okay, so in at the location and いる. Okay, good. That's easy. We're gonna compare to this later. Okay. because this one has a different particle. But right now we're more focused on this one. Okay? ロケーションに because the verb you are using is listed. Okay? So, and here, 友達は okay? Subject は the doer of the action は日本に why に okay? 住んでいる is don't look at this one. This is just the present continuous form. Don't look at this one. Look at where it comes from. 住んでいる is actually from 住む Okay, it doesn't matter if it's present continuous, ている form. You have to look at the original dictionary form. Okay? So, 住んでいる Okay, I want to say my friend is living in Japan, or it could be taken as my friend lives in Japan. And why am I using ni? It's just because 住んでいる of course it's conjugated, but it's from 住む Sumu is to live. Live, again, as I said, it's not, live as breathing. Live somewhere. Okay? And so that's why 日本に not で Okay? So 友達は日本に住んでいる Okay? 友達は日本に住んでいる Okay, and then you'd be like, what about some verbs that that are static, like as I said, like 寝る to sleep. It's pretty static, right? It's not really like in a dynamic action verb. Well, take a look here. If you look here, is 寝る to sleep included? No, right? So the answer is clear. It will take で and let's see another static or like non-dynamic verb like 休む to sleep, not doing anything, okay, but not listed, okay, so then you actually go here okay, so yeah, that's why I wanted to list okay, special verbs here. Of course we have a little bit more, but honestly for this level it's not even required because mostly you'll be dealing with with the first three. And if you want to expand, if you travel, a lot, maybe you want to learn, 泊まる okay, sure. But yeah. Anyway. So yeah. And let's go to this little party emoji here. Okay, I said okay, using one of the special verbs and okay, events get diverted. What am I talking about? I'm talking about this. ある to be, right? Let's skip to this example sentence. So, カフェで Why? コンサートがある Hey, didn't you just say? Like, it says ある here and it's ある right there and it's yes and is it not ni? No. That's why I have it here. Okay, for events, it's treated differently. Okay, let me show you why. Okay, so let's just use this different particle location で even though the verb is actually listed as a special verb. Why does it happen? Okay, so in this sentence I'm just saying there's a concert. There is a concert at the cafe, okay, and here I'm not describing something like there's a cup on the desk. I'm not talking about something like that. An event like a concert, it could be what else could be? Yeah, party, or anime expo. Like any events, even classes. Okay, right now the stream. Yeah, we have a live stream. Okay. Well, they're considered events, right? And then they're not gonna stay there. They're not gonna sit there forever. Unfortunately, yeah, this stream will end. Yeah, it's not gonna last forever. Unfortunately, it's different from like, yeah, pens or like, laptops or like tablets. I'm just talking about what I see. So yeah, so when you're talking about events, we see aru a bit differently. Okay, how do we see it? It's more like, okay, yeah, you could say the concert, there is a concert or there will be a concert in a cafe or at the cafe. Yes, you can say that too, but it's more like the concert takes place at the cafe. Does that make sense? It's not just lying there. It's not just being there. It's more like, the event takes place. Okay, it takes place at the cafe. Okay? そう、カフェでコンサートがある。そう。Yeah, even though I'm using ある here, yes, it's listed. It gets diverted here. So yeah. Like this is one of the reasons why people just like, okay, I'll just mix Neo there, and just throw it and then just hope that it's correct. I just pray, and then, and I wish that it's correct, and, I don't care if it's incorrect. Okay, that's something that you shouldn't do because you develop a really bad habit. You keep doing it. And of course, nobody will correct you. I will. Then like you start doing that for other things too. I'm like, okay, nobody corrects me. Maybe, I'm doing it right. I can talk. But it shouldn't be that way. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, I'll get to the chat. Right now, I just kind of go through, briefly and see, what's happening here. So yeah, for events, yeah, it gets diverted. Sure. Yes, this is what happens. So yeah, yeah, this could be like, just like, it doesn't have to be like an epic event. Okay. As I said, it could be my little stream here, it could be a meeting. It could be like a test, exams, anything that you consider like a, like an event. It doesn't have to be a festival. Okay. So yeah, this one, aru to be, is treated differently because it's not just being there. Okay. All right. Go back here. Okay, yeah. So I'm just going back here because I want to kind of go to this direction. So yeah, using one of the special verbs. Let's say if you have 食べる. Okay, 食べる. Okay, let's see if 食べる is right here. Of course, obviously it's not there. Okay. So, I want to use 食べる. 食べる. So no. And then I want to say, let's say in the restaurant. At a location. And the particle you use is で, not に, because 食べる is not listed. You see, I always explain why, and it's really important for you to do that too. Like, if you're using a certain particle, you have to ask yourself why. Like, why am I doing it? If you keep doing it, it becomes second nature. You don't have to even like think about it. Okay. But if you're like, oh, I'm going to skip all this, I'm going to just guess, I'm going to just dive into it and just like hope that it's correct. You're not gonna improve. Okay. So if you're like, oh, 猫は家で遊ぶ. You have to think twice. Why am I using で? Why? Because of this, isn't it? 遊ぶ to play. So the cat, the duo of the action. 猫 was the cat. 家で, I want to say at a location. At home, in the house. 遊ぶ to play. So the cat or the cats. Well, I have two cats. So let's say the cats play at home. Okay. So the why is because 遊ぶ to play is not listed here. Does that make sense? Okay. So I just want to compare the one next to it. So here I have the same subject. Subject, again, we defined it as the doer of the action for now. Apart from A or B structure, just to keep it simple. So yeah, same subject は sorry, yeah, sorry, subject は and subject は right here. And so here and 家に, so 家, the same location, and but here に, and here it's there. So the location doesn't determine, okay, the location does not determine which particle to use. It's this and this, okay? You have to look ahead and see which verb you are using. Is it one of these guys? Yes? Go here. Talk about another location. Location に。猫は家にいる. Or is it not listed? Location, therefore, another location. I always keep saying the same thing. I group them together. I never separate the two. Okay? I never say location there on its own. I never say that because it has to be linked to this. Okay? Another location. So yeah. 猫は家で遊ぶ takes. De, not, ni. Even though, yeah, same subject, same, location, different verbs. And also, いる is one of the special verbs listed. Okay, so 猫は家にいる and 猫は家で遊ぶ. See? So you just don't want to I'm gonna just it seems like location there, for another location, okay, it seems like, I can just get lucky with this one. No, the thing is, it's kind of 50-50, even though the verbs are limited here. The thing is, the frequency of aru iru is so high. Okay, so it's kind of like 50-50 anyway. Right. So that's why, you kind of have to know what's included, as the special verbs, here. And let's see. And of course, be careful with events. Okay, so events. Yeah. カフェでコンサートがある. Okay, it's event. But if you are talking about, let's see. Let me just switch screen and I'll type something. Okay. Typing. Ooh, yeah, I need to type notes right here. Okay, so let's see. So normally it's like, let me see. 家に what do I have? Okay. ギターがある. Okay, we go. So let's take a look at here. So I'm using に. Why? Because of that, isn't it? ある to be is one of the special verbs. Yes, right? And also 家にギターがある. So I'm just saying there's not one guitar. Okay, I have multiple. I'm a guitarist, so there are guitars, not just one. There are guitars in the house, okay, or at home, doesn't matter. Or it could be taken as I have, let me see. Oh yeah, sorry, I just wanted to do this over here, but let me see. I have guitars, blah blah blah. So if you see this, I'm using ni, right? I ask myself why. Aru is, to be is one of the special verbs, and also I'm not talking about an event, okay? Right? So let's see. 先週 was it 2 weeks ago? Let me see. 今月 okay, 今月 this month アニメエキスポアニメエクスポが let me see. LA で、I mean, let's make it ロスで、in LA, アニメエキスポがあった since it's the past tense, you know? Okay, so, so 今月 this month, okay? So time word here. ロスで means, ロス is LA, Los Angeles. So ロスで、so LA で、I'm using で why? Because Anime Expo is an event. Okay, so we go. So 今月 this month was about 2 weeks ago. アニメエキスポがあった is the past tense of ある isn't it? So あった okay, so ある changes to あった pasta in the past tense. So 今月 this month ロスで in LA I'm using で why? Well, I'm using あった which is the past tense of ある and then that's one of the special verbs, but Anime Expo, so Anime Expo is an event. So remember, events get diverted. So that's why I'm using the and not ni because this event doesn't stay there. You know, imagine. We're crazy, huh? Okay. 今月ロスでアニメエキスポがあった。So there was Anime Expo in LA this month. Okay. I'm not gonna write that. It's gonna take so much time. I just want to move on. Okay, so there's that. Okay. Let me see. So. Let me make some sentences. So let me see. I went to a restaurant. Why is it spelled this way? I know. I went to a restaurant. Let me see. Yesterday. Okay. Right. So let's take a look. I went to a restaurant yesterday. Let's figure this out first. Okay, so yesterday time word. So let's go to 昨日, right? So that's fine. And you don't have to say I because the first person singular. In this case, the subject is obvious. I'm talking about myself, isn't it? Unless you're talking about somebody else. So 昨日, and you can skip that. And so let's take a look. Oh, here it is. To a destination. Yeah, let's use that. So レストランに destination に we go. Nice. And of course, I need to conjugate. So went. So it's from 行く, isn't it? So 行く. 行く is a traitor. And 行って is the te form and 行った is the past tense. Of course, I'm talking about the short form, casual. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go back to my past streams. It's all there. So that's that. Okay. I'm using destination ni because I'm talking about going to a destination. Yes. Okay. So let me see. If I want to say I was in the restaurant yesterday. Okay. So if I want to say this, I was in the restaurant yesterday. And it's just like, it's a little bit fascinating. People think that, oh, actually, I went there. So shall I shall I use destination に it's a different thing. Okay. So here, if you look at it, I was in the restaurant or I was at the restaurant. It doesn't matter. You're saying at the location. Yes, right? And you're saying I was. So let's see. So then you'll be using the verb いる, but of course it's conjugated, isn't it? So because it's the past tense. いる is a lu verb. いた. So you'll be using this. So but originally it's from いる to be. Alright. So then, いる is one of the special verbs, remember? So then I've got to be careful with in the restaurant. Okay. So 昨日レストランに be careful. This is いた. Okay. So many people get mixed up with this. Okay. First of all, is this particle the same as this one? No, it's not. So this is why people get so confused. Okay. First of all, this one is destination. Destination に. Okay. It's to a destination. It's directional. You're going to a destination, right? So destination に is completely different from in a location に. Let me see. Let me just color code this. Let's see. Okay. Here you go. To a destination is different from this one, even though, as I said, ni and ni are the same name, different people. Remember? Same name, different people in this case. Yes. Okay. So, time word. Yes, yesterday, 昨日。レストランに in a location に why? Because of this. いた is and this is the past tense of いる to be. Okay, why am I using いる? Because I'm a living being, isn't it? I'm not a dead body yet. That would be cool, huh? If I'm like kind of dead and still talking, that's fascinating. Anyway, so いる. Okay, to be is one of the special verbs, and I'm not talking about, a restaurant took place. I'm not talking about that. I'm simply saying I was in the restaurant yesterday. I was there. Simply, I was just there. I'm just saying that. I'm not saying like, oh, there was a special, event in the restaurant. Maybe there was. Then you need to explain it further. Okay. So, and be careful. 行った is not 行った。行った is from 行く。行く to go, right? 行った is the past tense. Of course, 行きました is the master form. I'm gonna skip all that because you already know. Okay, I've already explained everything, about master form and polite forms and things like that. It just takes time to type everything. So, like, you might be thinking, oh, why am I not seeing master, mashita, master? Just easier to just type it in the casual form, and I've already explained how to change it to formal. So I'm gonna skip all that. Okay, just to be more efficient. Okay, and save your time too. So, yeah, 昨日レストランにいた. There's no little to here. Okay, no little to between い and た because it's just simply the past tense of いる, isn't it? To be. So, okay, so simply I'm just saying I was in the restaurant yesterday. This is at the location に. Okay, so that's that. Let me see. In at the location. One second. Let me just put this location. Yeah. In at the location に。Okay. 昨日、レストランにいた。So I was there. I was in the restaurant yesterday. Okay. So that's that. And of course, I'm going to say I ate. Let me see. Ate. What did I eat? Okay. So let me see. I ate. Okay. Let's use like a little shape. One sec. Gonna bring this huge piece of pizza. Bam. Let me see. Let me just arrange this nicely so it doesn't interfere with my writing. So let me just bear with me. Oh, this is a really big. Oh, I'm gonna make it a little bit small. I ate pizza. Okay. Yesterday. So I want to say that. Let me just do this. Okay, and then blank yesterday. Okay, let me see. I'm gonna move this to the side so I can type. It's gonna move around, so I'm gonna just put it somewhere. Okay, so let me see. So kino, I'll fix it later, okay? So kino, oh, let me just do this too. So just pizza. Oh, let's see. Just gonna fix something. I have to make this one small. Kino. Let's see. Pizza. Oh, let's see. And 食べた. Okay. So I ate. Let me just fix all this up. Put this closer. And then put this one back. Go. So I ate pizza yesterday, which I didn't, but just wanted to make a make an example sentence. So 昨日, so yesterday, time word. I don't have to say I because it's obvious. Pizza or pizza, we say pizza instead of pizza. Pizza English, pizza Italian. But yeah, pizza を食べた past tense of 食べる isn't it? So 食べた、食べた、食べる is it one of the special verbs? No, it's not one of the special verbs. Okay. Let's see. Okay, need to move things around a little bit for me. Okay. So yeah, this one. レストランで I want to say 昨日 okay, I want to make a sentence based on that one. So 昨日レストランでピザを食べた. Let's see. I just write it in katakana, can't be bothered. Okay, in this case, I'm such a perfectionist. This is OCD. I ate pizza in the restaurant yesterday. We go. So here we go. Here, I'm using there, right? Let's see. Let me just color code here. Which color? And the location. I just pick a random one. Just do this. Okay. So yeah. 昨日レストランで I'm using で Why? Always ask yourself, in at the location, it's not destination. In at the location で Why? Because of this, isn't it? 食べた is from 食べる. 食べる to eat. It's not one of the special verbs. Special verbs ある、いる to be, 泊まる to stay, 住む to live, 滞在する so on and so forth. 食べる is not one of them, right? So even though this, and this. I'm talking about the exact same spot, right? So, but you don't get lucky. You have to think. You have to think ahead. Which particle are you using? Are you using destination ni? Are you talking about going to a destination, or are you talking about, in other location? Of course, it could be ni or de, depending on the verb you are using, right? So, 昨日レストランにいた is not 行った. It's a different verb, okay? And also, this destination ni is different from in at location ni, okay? Again, ni, same name, different people, okay? They have identities, okay? So, here, レストランでピザを食べた. So I ate pizza in the restaurant yesterday. Okay, in at the location, this is, let me see. You might not be able to fit that one. Let me see. In at a location. Yeah, and this is there, and so, okay. I just put this one here. Okay, so, yeah. So the location, or in this case, this is a destination, but yeah, like a place, okay, doesn't determine which particle to use, okay? You've got to know, what you're doing with it. So, 行く, past tense, 行った, and you're talking about, going to a destination. So that's why you're using ni here, okay, and so on and so forth. You'll be explain things like this to yourself, make it easier to understand, okay? If you're like, oh, I think I understood by just like, watching the stream, or like, oh, just like looking at the notes, I don't think you actually fully understood it, you kind of have to kind of teach like yourself as well, like, oh, why am I using ni here? Like, you kind of have to be able to explain like why you are doing it, because most people actually don't do it and then kind of forget about all the little concepts, okay? So my students, I always ask my private students like, okay, can you explain why it's there? And I just put them on the spot. But they, because they practice it so much at home and they have no problem explaining why. I give them a hard time sometimes saying like, oh, what kind of day is it? And they're able to answer me, every time, because I always tell them, when you're learning something like this, you have to be like a teacher. You have to be able to explain what it is, okay? Then you get to master things easily. Okay, so here's a little tip. It works for many different things too, okay? So that's that. That's how I master different skills. So that's that. Okay, let's go back. I'm gonna switch the screen. Get to the chat later. We go some more things to talk about. Yeah, we go. Hey. So yeah. So right now we kind of like covered all the like confusing stuff here. Okay. Hopefully it wasn't too bad. Okay, so let's move on. Here, I know. It's like, oh, there's more? Yeah, of course. So yeah, it's important to note that not all in or at expressions are equal. What do I mean by that? Okay, this is just like because of English. Mostly because of English, or maybe other languages. But I'm not talking about like in Kyoto, as in like a hotel in Kyoto. You don't want to just look at this. What do I mean by that? Okay, let's take a look. Okay. Initially, we kind of figured out, okay, which one to use, right? Like talking, is it, at the location, follow the flow chart, and bam, nice. But, then somebody else just asks me, like, oh, hey, what about this? Like, when I want to say, like, a hotel in Kyoto, what about, like, if I want to say, like, a cafe in Tokyo, like, okay, then, like, how do I say I went to a cafe in Tokyo? Or, like, if I want to say, I'm at the cafe in Tokyo, then, like, you have two places. Like, how do I deal with that? Easy peasy. Let's go. Okay, so in that case, you want to group these guys together. For example, when you want to say, like, a hotel in Kyoto, it doesn't matter, whatever it is, in a restaurant in Kyoto, it could be a cafe in Kyoto, anything. Okay, you want to do this first. Location, or it could be area, it doesn't matter, whatever it is. Location no and building. It could be, like, just doesn't have to be a building, like a place, like a shop, whatever. So you want to group them first, okay. So, of course, like in English, it's a hotel in Kyoto. So yeah, we do that. So, Kyoto no location no, could be area, it's fine, like area no, and building. Hotel, as I said, it doesn't have to be a proper building. It could be like a shop. It's okay, Kyoto no hotel. So, location no building. Just put it together like this, and then treat it as, like, the destination, treat it as the location. Yeah, here, so on and so forth. Does it make sense? You just have to group these ones together before, figuring out, do I use destination, do I use location there? First, put them in a chunk. Put them in a chunk. Kyoto no hotel. And in this case, Tokyo no cafe. Location no building. Cafe in Tokyo. Right? Okay. So that's that. And then, like, I want to actually write sentences, using, I want to put this together and then still want to use, use it, as a destination, or like a location ni, location de. Let's do that. Okay. Let me see. Let me switch on the note. We go. My notes are in front of me, right here. Okay, so here we go. So, like, let's use Tokyo no cafe. Let me see. Of course, I'll change this one. And Tokyo no, yes. You see this often. It's Tokyo. Okay. Yes, Tokyo no cafe. So I did, Tokyo no cafe. So cafe in Tokyo together first. You want to group them first. And just feel free. Just use this. Use this, instead of this or this or this. Okay, so let me see. Tokyo no cafe ni itta. Okay, let's do this. I'm gonna just copy this. I'm too lazy. Time word. Here you go. Nice. So, 昨日. Okay, yesterday. Tokyo no cafe. So, cafe in Tokyo. But don't get confused. Don't get confused by this in. Okay. Cafe ni itta. this is actually destination に so I went to a cafe, or it could be in Tokyo. I go. Okay, it's actually be careful. It's not the possessive. No, it's not Tokyo's cafe. It's just like this is how we say it. Tokyo no cafe. To say like a cafe in Tokyo. Okay, so don't get confused. Oh, I have in here. I have in here. Which one do I use? Calm down. Put them together first. Okay? Treat it just like this. Treat it just like this. It's just the name of the place. Okay? So once you do that, put it together. Just, yeah. Then you're free to do whatever you want. So 昨日、東京のカフェに行った。So I went to a cafe in Tokyo. Okay, and let's see if I wanna go like 昨日東京のカフェで友達と食べた。Here we go. So, the location. Okay. And I have a friend. 友達と it's a new one. 友達と so somebody と with somebody. Okay. So I ate at a cafe in Tokyo. With, shall I say a friend or friends? Do I just have one friend? Let's say with a friend. I'm an introvert, believe it or not. Let's see, with a friend. What was it? 昨日東京のカフェで友達と食べた。Okay. I ate at a cafe in Tokyo with a friend yesterday. Okay. I just want to say with a friend 昨日. Like, it's just so much easier. Yesterday. So then I don't Anyway, so yeah. 昨日東京のカフェで in at the location で why? Okay, first of all, it's not a destination. I'm talking about in at the location. And also 食べた is the past tense of 食べる is not one of the special verbs. Nice. So then the choice is で Okay. So this is 友達と in this case is somebody と Okay, somebody と Let me see. Somebody と Yeah, it's not noun to noun. Be careful. This one, somebody と is with somebody. With or without you. Okay. Yeah, 昨日東京のカフェで友達と食べた. I just expanded it. Made it epic. Let's see. Yeah, I ate at a cafe in Tokyo. I know it's just like I just like trying to cram everything in. Just like trying to apply everything, okay, into it. Nice. So there's that. Okay. Let's go back to let me see. File. I cannot see the chat. But I don't want to go there yet. I'll get to the chat later. I'm in teaching mode now. So, let's see. Let's go back to here. Dun-dun-dun. Yeah, so that's that. That's nice, isn't it? Okay, let's go here. Noun. noun or noun. Yeah, actually, technically what we did earlier, location of building is still a part of a noun or noun. Okay? It's just like, noun or nouns, like extension of it. It doesn't matter. I just wanted to kind of, clarify, a bit more. So that's why I said location or area, no building here. Okay. But next one, yeah, noun or noun. As I said, noun or noun is kind of broad. It has, different things. But here, since, you might want to say something like, like a doctor in a hospital, or like you want to say like teacher at the school. Well, of course it's going to be school teacher, but in that case, like, oh, like it has in or at, like what do I do? Okay, so we'll just do it differently. Okay, even though this has actually nothing to do with like a destination or anything, since it has like in or like something related to like a place, so I just kind of wanted to talk about it here in case somebody else will say, hey, Taenyan didn't explain this. Well, fine, it's right here. Here we go. So yeah, noun or noun. This is actually pretty useful for a lot of other things too, so let's talk about it. Even though it's not specifically about going to a destination or something happening at the location or anything. But okay, so here we go. So if you want to say something like a doctor in a hospital, obviously it's going to be a hospital doctor, doctor in a hospital, or you want to talk about, a teacher in a school, at the school. How do I do it? Okay, you'll be doing noun, no, noun. Okay, noun or noun. I like this. What's that? Okay, so 病院 is hospital. Okay, 病院の医者 is a doctor. Okay, 医者 is a doctor, and 病院 is a hospital. You know what? For English speakers, it's your lucky day. Why? It's the exact same order as hospital, doctor. Okay? Makes it easier, huh? You don't reverse it. Okay? 病院の医者. Okay? So, of course, I wrote it as a doctor in a hospital intentionally because I wanted to use in to, just kind of like, okay. Some people just like, want to kind of talk about every single in. I'm like, hey, okay, that's not the case here. So, 病院の医者, in this case, I'm doing noun no noun. Okay, and luckily, it's the exact same order as English. Hospital, doctor. Okay. Basically, the way I see is, okay, it's a little bit like, it's not going to be, like a textbook approach here, but the way to see it's like, this is acting a little bit like an adjective, okay? Explaining more about this. You could see it that way, even though this is not an adjective, but still giving information about the doctor, right? So then, like, you don't get confused. Some people are like, is it 医者の病院? Some people reverse it. If you do that, if you say 医者の病院, it means like a hospital for doctors. So don't do that, okay? I don't want doctors to end up in the hospital. Anyway. So, yeah. 病院の医者. So when you're doing noun no noun, okay, my tip is that the first part, is acting a little bit like an adjective. It's not an adjective. Don't say like, oh, Tanya said adjective. Some people trying to like pick on me, but like, I'm just trying to help, So like here, just like explaining and giving more information about the next thing. Okay, and if you're a little bit confused about like, oh, which order again, this. Okay, always something that comes after no is the actual thing you're talking about. You are not talking about the hospital. You are talking about the doctor, right? So yeah, whatever comes after no is the actual thing you're talking about. This is like true for any noun or noun combination. And of course, something that we did here. Also, it's a noun or noun combination too. Again, whatever comes after no is the actual thing you're talking about is true, isn't it? Kyoto no hotel. Yeah, it's the hotel. You're talking about the hotel and not Kyoto. Okay? So this is like kind of little cheat code that I use for, my students. Like, oh, if you're lost, look what's in here. What's after no, that's the actual thing you're talking about. Okay? This works pretty much every time when you're doing noun or noun. Okay? So there's that. And the next one, okay, here we go. I know I need to drink something. I'm so thirsty. Here's my invisible cup. You can't see. Here we go. 学校 school. Cool for school. 学校の and I'm using noun no noun again. Sensei, of course, sensei is a teacher. So yeah, again, luckily it's the exact same order as English, school, teacher, isn't it? 学校の先生. Of course, it could be taken as a teacher, in a school or at school, okay? And, some people say, oh, yeah, that's in at the location. Yeah, no, okay? Yeah, I'm not talking about that kind of in at the location, okay? So in that case, you kind of have to put noun or noun, together. And, of course, this has nothing to do with anything that we talked about here, okay? We're not going to a destination. I'm not going to the teacher, okay? So that's that. Okay, let's see. And some other types of in. Okay. One common one here is area. It could be like a country. It could be anywhere. Area de adjective. Okay. So for example, when you want to say something like popular in Japan, or when you want to say something like famous in France, and you'll be like, oh, it has in here. Yeah, it has in here. It has in here. Okay, don't panic. It doesn't fall into any of these, okay? Any of these things, as we explained, it has nothing to do with that. But instead, it falls into this category, which is area, de, and adjective. Okay, so of course, like popular, the word popular is an adjective in English. But guess what? Ninki is not an adjective, but it's fine. I mean, as I said, ninki is technically a noun, but ninki no is, in this case, acting like an adjective in the example above. I don't have an example here, sorry. Yeah, okay. 日本で人気, and if you want to put no, 人気の, 日本で人気の anime, for example, then it means like popular anime in Japan. That's what it means. Okay. So yeah, I even though I say like, yeah, but 人気の is acting like an adjective, I meant this one, even though I didn't continue with no. If you want to continue with no, you can. 日本で人気の, yeah, as I said, anime, 日本で人気のband, popular, popular band in Japan, things like that. Okay, that's why I just wanted to put like a little, thing in here, in case you want to know what this is about. But honestly, 人気 is a noun. Okay, but if you want to continue and use it more like an adjective, feel free to use no. That's what I meant here. Okay, it's not a typo. So let's see. I mean, I could fix that. I mean, in case some people get like really picky on me, I'm like, honestly, I don't care. I just want to help. Let's go. And so here I have France de, so France, and I have France. Mixing English and Japanese. Sometimes it happens. Forgive me. フランスで and 有名 means famous. It's an adjective. Okay, so well here, luckily famous in English is an adjective, and 有名 is also an adjective in Japanese. And in that case, you want to say like, you want to use area de. It could be, as I said, it could be a country, it could be like a state, it could be, in your area, whatever it is. So area de, adjective. This is what you'll be using, especially when you want to say something like popular in Japan, popular in my country, popular in Korea, and things like that. So when you want to say famous, famous in France, things like that, you'll be using area de and adjective. And more. For placing something, planting something, installing something, building something on the ground, table, floor, surface, so on and so forth. You're like putting something on it. Okay, building something, mounting something, whatever, something on it. This is a different particle, which is surface ni. I make everything up. Okay, I make it up because it's easier. Okay, so this surface ni has nothing to do with what we talked about, here. Okay, it's a different thing because this is really specific for like, putting something, placing something. Let's say like you were putting your phone, on the desk, something like that. Okay, putting something on the desk. Oh, on the desk. Oh, what do I use? Okay, so in that case, it's surface. I'm not talking about surface as computer. Placing, planting something, installing something, building something on the ground, table, floor, surface, so on and so forth. Surface ni is used, and here's an example. Tsukue. Tsukue is the desk. Okay, tsukue ni, on the desk, on the surface. Hon. Hon wo, book. Oku. Oku is to put or place something. Okay, so in that case, even though, tsukue, okay, it's kind of you're putting on something, it's there. So is it in at the location? Well, we don't treat it that way because oku is to put something, placing something like on the surface. In that case, it's a different particle. Again, this guy, surface ni, is a different person. Again, we treat them differently. Okay, so that's that. Okay, tsukue ni hon wo oku. Okay, here we go. Let me go to the chat. Oh gosh, I hope there's not a lot. Let's see. You guys have to help me. Okay, let's go. I'm gonna look at the chat now. Finally, I know I was talking like forever. Let's see. Oh, so many. Oh my gosh. Oh, it's not too bad. Okay, let's see. Everyone's here. Nice. Hello. Stream. Okay, yeah. Everyone talking to each other. That's good. Today. Okay, Zeren says, my comprehension always improves when people start talking about cats. Me too. Love it. Yeah. Excellent. High five. Okay, Akiyama he or e, of course, it is definitely also confusing or perhaps difficult. There's so little instruction on how it's used or when to use it. The only thing I know is basically yokoso, blah blah e yokoso. You mean like Nihon e yokoso? Okay, yeah, like that's like welcome to like Japan, for example. Okay, but yeah, e as like a destination, it's very old-fashioned. So we don't really use it in a conversation. Okay. Who else? Nazanin, can you make a live video about about Ganawa? Okay. I actually did talk about wa and ga like briefly before. Like covering some different patterns and how to distinguish different types of wa and things like that, you might wanna take a look at my past streams. Most of them are time stamped, so should be able to like find some information about ni not ni wa and ga. I mean, of course, there is so much, and it just takes time to cover everything. But my advice about wa and ga is that they're actually different. So like you kind of have to don't be like, oh, I want to learn everything about wa and ga. It's actually impossible. Okay, so and especially let's say like ga. I know my face is going crazy because I updated my what's it called, like tracking app, and I didn't set it up properly. So sometimes like I'm doing like a surprising face and things like yeah. But I'll fix that later. But yeah, in terms of like wa and ga, the thing is it depends on what it is, like what you're using it for. Like for example, if you have like a intransitive verb, the subject takes ga and things like that. So like you kind of have to know different things in order to know which one to use. So there's actually no way of instantly telling oh, let's use ga here, let's use wa here, unless oh, this one is using ga after the subject because it's the secondary subject. Yeah, there's so many different conditions to consider when it comes to wa and ga. So my advice to you is that you just learn wa and ga as it comes, and it's just like kind of build it up, just like build it up, and then like let it kind of pile up, so then hopefully I know my face is going crazy because I'm triggering differently. So yeah, you will actually know which one to use. But yeah, there's actually no quick fix anyway. Anyway, so let's see. This who's talking. Heiji, it is rather used to talk about going towards a larger area. There's no specific area, and use ni when talking about going to a specific area, like Tokyo specific store. It's just like it used to be the like a traditional version, but it's just not really used in a conversation anymore. But like for like books and writing, for written format, it's still like I still see them, but it's not common. It's just like an alternative to ni, but in writing and for some formal situations. Okay, let's see. Hmm. Might be wrong. これ大都市に有名な図書館がある。大都市で有名。okay, that one. That's a tricky one. Depends on, so Corey, let me see. It depends on what you're focusing on. Let me see. Let me switch the screen. So someone just pointed out, 大都市で有名な図書館. Okay, let me see. It's ni for that one. Where's my notes? Okay. Here. So someone just wrote it as this is not right. It's ni. You have to think about what comes what goes together. So 大都市 big city. Okay. It's dai. Let me fix that. Dai, it's a big. Sorry. Where did it go? I just sorry, I just clicked on something else. Sorry about that. Explanation. One sec. Yeah, going back. Sorry. 大都市に有名 famous Okay. 図書館 library. Not yakata. Come on, it's kan. Here we go. It should be that one. Okay, so I'll explain to you why. Right, let's have a look. And because you're talking about in at the location, isn't it? In this place, isn't it? Right? It's not like area de yume doesn't apply here. Because you're saying aru to be. You want to say there's a famous library. There we go. So if you analyze it, is it ni or de here? It's ni because you are saying it's in the big city, isn't it? Right? It has actually nothing to do with it's not 大都市で有名。大都市で有名 changes the meaning completely. 大都市で有名 It actually changed the meaning completely. So it's, yeah. But here, what you want to say is actually this, isn't it? There is, and then, there is a famous library. And then, in at the location. And it's near because of aru and not de. Okay. Area de adjective is like, let me see. 日本で、人気の、okay. 日本で人気のアニメは、okay, let me see. 今、okay, so now, 今、日本で人気. So here I'm using popular in Japan and I'm using this no anime. So I'm talking about like a popular anime in Japan basically. And then Oshinoko, for example. And which is true. Maybe this is like number 1 anime right now. Of course, Bungo Stray Dogs season 5 is coming. Everyone has to watch. Okay, I love Bungo Stray Dogs. Okay, my favorite. Yeah, so let me see. 日本で人気のアニメは Here we go. So yeah, that's why you don't want to kind of like pick something out of context. So here, if you look at this one, the super basic structure is basically, I'm simply saying A is B, isn't it? A or B structure. Sorry, I'm just like one more typing. Okay, A or B structure. So if you see this, 今 just ignore this. So now, 日本で人気のアニメは this is the A section. A. 日本で人気のアニメは推しの子. Let's just quote. Nope, I don't mean that. Okay, let's see. Of course, if you want to sound formal, you will say 推しの子です. But I don't see that there's any need for that when you're talking about anime. I guess so. So yeah, so basically, I'm using 日本で人気 popular in Japan, but I want to say anime here, so that's why I just combine it with this no, because 人気 is actually a noun. This is a noun, but if you can see that, but it doesn't matter. So, then the popular anime. 推しの子. I would just say, okay. 今、日本で人気のアニメは推しの子. If I put it in a different context, let's see. I mean, different structure, well, different way to put it. 推しの子は、日本で今人気。今 here is fine too. Popular のアニメ。Yeah, so here I'm still using A は B, A is B structure. So 推しの子は、推しの子 is 今 like now. 日本で人気 area で adjective. I wanted to still say anime, so like yeah, a popular anime in Japan in this case. Okay. 推しの子は、推しの子は I'm typing it in English. I'm speaking in Japanese. Is a popular. Well, let's make it 一番人気. Okay. Most popular. Well, it's got to be Bungo Stray Dogs when it comes out. I love both. I love both animes. Both shows. So Shinoko is the most popular anime in Japan right now. Japan. Can I just say Nihon and just hope that they will give me a yeah? Yeah, let's see. Oh shit. Sorry. This happens. Here we go. Yeah. So, yeah, the one I was talking about, like area, the adjective. In this case, 一番人気, so the most popular. So in Japan, but I'm talking about like area, the adjective popular in Japan kind of context. So that's why I wrote it like this. Okay, you can say it like 今日本で人気のアニメは推しの子. Or if you want to kind of focus on 推しの子 first, then 推しの子は今日本で一番人気のアニメ. Okay, both are fine. Okay, so there's that. But yeah, the first one, you're talking about like, you know, the library is basically is in the city, right? And then it doesn't matter if it's famous or not. Basically, the structure should be, you know, 大都市に, if you just ignore this, for example, if you want to see the bigger picture first, if you do this, okay, 大都市に in at the location に because of ある. Basically, in a nutshell, you are saying 大都市に図書館がある, isn't it? When you're confused, do this first. And basically, and after that, you're just removing the brackets, you know, to reveal what it is. So, okay. I hope this helps. Let's see. Let me go back to the chat. I guess Tokyo is a large area, not specific. It might be used for Tokyo. Yes, yeah, he, as I said, yeah, he used to be, he used to be just like the, more like a traditional way for, you know, destination. You know, instead of destination ni, we now use destination ni, but yeah, used to be just I mean, he. What story about it's supposed to be towards a large area. Honestly, it doesn't matter if it's large or small. Let me see. Okay. Now it's ni. Traditionally, it was I. Okay? It's written as a he, but it's pronounced I. So now, in modern Japanese, 昨日レストランに行った. Okay? It is very traditional, old-fashioned. So you might still see レストランに written as レストランin maybe in some textbooks. Okay, I don't want to argue, but it's old-fashioned. Okay, that's what it is. So like no confusion here. Okay, I just personally don't use it. Let's see. I still see this in maybe articles, newspapers, and so on and so forth. But it's just not commonly used in speaking. There is something that we have to actually use it, but it's too early to explain, to beginners. Okay, so it's right now, you want to understand this as okay. Now we use destination ni to talk about to a destination, but traditionally it was e. I know it's written as he, but it's pronounced e. Can I put e here? I know, just put e here. Okay, I know it should be written as a he, but yeah, it's just that, so it shouldn't be confusing, I hope. Okay, that's why like Tokyo e yokoso, for example. Yeah, welcome to Tokyo. Yeah, but again, like a phrase like that is like like kind of traditional, and it's a greeting, and it's just like we don't say that in a conversation anyway. It's just like a phrase. So let's see who else is talking. Let me just go to the chat. Oh my gosh, can't believe I'm talking for that long. I'm alive. Okay. Even though my model, I just got like the new update, didn't have time to adjust settings, so like you will see different expressions on my face. Yeah, but don't worry, it will get fixed next time. Let me see, and who else is talking? 昨日レストランにいた子 Yeah, curry cook. Good. Yeah, good example. Yeah, good. Zombies いる Good question. Let me show you that. Okay. Go to my my notes. Okay, here we go. Zombies. What's included as a living thing? Okay, that's a really good good question, because I wonder that sometimes too. Okay, let's see. Iru. Of course, iru is for like living things, sure. But yeah, what about like insects and like zombies, ghosts, spirits? Are they covered? Let's see what's covered. So yeah, of course, obviously, humans. Of course, like pets, animals, creatures, any living things, but no plants. Plants are actually not included. I'm sorry. I know they're alive. Guess what? Ghosts are included. Let's see if I can. Oh, I think I have a ghost somewhere, but I'll find it later. Ghosts and spirits. It's true. Spirits stay forever. Like in Japan, there's like an Obon festival. I don't know if you know. It's like it's kind of Japanese version of a Halloween. Okay. And where we we think that our ancestors talk to us and visit us, okay, once a year. Isn't it cool? I think there's something very similar, like there's like kind of tradition that's similar in Mexico, like maybe ancestors coming back. I don't really know like the name of anything, but somebody told me, oh, that's like the Mexican blah blah blah. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Okay, maybe we have the same thing. Anyway, so yeah, humans, animals, ghosts, spirits. and of course insects. I hate bugs. Zombies. Let me see. Zombie がいる. Yeah. Because they move around, like, they they control themselves, you know? Yeah, so humans, animals, ghosts, spirits, you name it. Insects, zombies, let me see. If there's like, okay, if the body is clearly like not moving and dead, okay, that's not iru. Okay? That's like, you don't want to use iru for that because that's creepy. Okay? So yeah, to answer your question, Zerain, yeah, zombies are considered living. Cool, huh? Do I have a zombie emoji? Well, I'm trying to find it later. Okay, so let me check it out. Check what you're saying. Yeah, it's a yeah, they're technically dead, but they're alive. Yeah, I know. Yeah, Corey, you're right. Yeah, plants are living, but sadly, they don't walk around, Anyway, so that's that. Who else? Who else is talking? They're the living dead. Right, Zaito, you're right. Corey, 昨日ピザを食べて good. カバンの中に鉛筆がある good sentences. Corey, good. Hitchi, what about ghost? Yeah, ghost. Yeah, I just covered that, Hitchi. Sorry, yeah, I just got back to it. I know it's late, but I wanted to explain everything, before it gets too big and too long. Let's see. Yeah, ghosts. When talking about God or the various gods or yokais, that Japanese history. Yeah, yokai, we still consider them like alive, which is cool, huh? Akiyama, might be a very dumb question, but nothing is dumb. But what about a sentence used in both day and ni? Okay, カフェで友達に会った perfectly fine. Yeah, because let me see. So let me explain that, Akiyama. I know, like, I'm answering your questions late, but I just wanted to go through everything first. So, okay. So your sentence, is a cafe that my chat is closed, so I'm just trying to remember what you wrote. So I think 友達に会った, right? Okay. Okay, the sentence, it's perfectly fine because here, let's take a look. So here, in at the location there, you're saying in the cafe or at the cafe, and 友達に会った. Yeah, 会う just comes with it. So somebody に会う is a pattern. Somebody に, so it goes everywhere because I'm touching everything. Let me see. So somebody に会う. Yeah, this is to meet somebody, or to meet or to see. You don't have to meet everyone for the first time. you can still hang out with people. So yeah, and something like this, somebody need out to see or to meet somebody. It's here we go. Yeah, so something like this, it has nothing to do with at the location. Somebody ni au just comes with it. Okay, so au. So when you want to say to meet or to see somebody, this ni particle just comes with it. Sometimes it's kind of built in to the verb, for something like this. Okay, but this has actually nothing to do with in at the location. This one, yes, in at the location, de, because if you look at the verb, au, past tense, atta, it's not one of the special verbs, so your choice, cafe de, is absolutely correct. And 友達に会った, yeah, this ni has nothing to do with anything that we talked about because it just belongs to, it's pretty much attached to the verb au. When you want to say to see or to meet somebody, you'll be just using this. Okay, this happens a lot with other verbs too, like let me see, something like バスに乗る. Okay. it just comes with it. Okay, バスに乗る to ride a bus. Let me see. In case you don't know. So 乗る is to ride. So okay. Ride a bus, for example. Or take a bus, it doesn't matter. So 乗る is to ride. And this just comes with it. Okay. So let me see. Do I have 車? Let me, yeah, nice. Something に乗る. It just comes with it. Okay, so sometimes you have to learn patterns like this. Is to ride, you know, something. Okay, I just put like a car here. Just you can, you know, feel free to change this into like you know, taxi. You know, change it to you know, whatever you ride. You know, uma, horse. Yeah, if you want to do that, that's fine. Uma ni noru. Yeah, okay. Uma, do I have a? Oh yeah, good. Okay, uma ni noru. I love emojis. Okay. Uma ni noru to ride. A horse in this case. Yeah, well, it's obvious, isn't it? Uma. Let me just do uma again. Uma musume. Okay, here we go. So yeah, sometimes some verbs like, you know, noru, it just comes with it. Okay, so you want to say to ride something, to ride a car, to ride a bus, ride a taxi, ride, you know, ride whatever it is, ride a horse, ride whatever, something ni noru. Yeah, this is the pattern you'll be using. Okay, there's no confusion here. Okay, so that's why I'm saying like it's really important to distinguish, you know, this is in at the location de, and this is somebody ni ao. Simple. You know, if you can distinguish like that, you know, by naming them, you know, you are keeping everything less confusing. You see? But if you're like, I'm just gonna guess it's there, and I'm just gonna guess this is ni. If you are not separating them, if you are not naming what's what, then that's where confusion begins. You know, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think, you know, this is actually much easier, you know, to identify, you know, what's what, and, you know, understand how you construct sentences. Okay. And let me go back to the chat again. Let's see. So Akiyama, I hope I answered your question. Yeah, I might not be able to answer everything. I'm just quickly looking through. You can't swap them because you need a ni for lao. Yeah. It's just like it's kind of built in. This ni ao, it's just built in. Inami question of iru is for zombies, aru for inami. Just I don't go for this anime inanimate question or like you know, objects. I will go with living. You know, living thing, non-living thing. You know, of course, plants, of course, living, but they don't walk around. You know, for me, just to keep it simple, I would say just living thing and non-living, and common sense. Fragment to sleep. You're gonna go to sleep. Yes. Okay. Yes. You can go to sleep. Sleep well. Good night. Oyasumi. Sitting. I think it depends on whether or not the zombie is portrayed as intelligent or as a shambling corpse. Right. Again, everything depends on what the context is. Okay. All undead use iru because they used to be living and are considered anime objects. Well, if they're still living, you know, as I said, spirits. We consider them alive. Yeah. Let's see. Western media that depicts them objects as being moved by some other force. Okay. And let me see. Just notice it's already been an hour. I know, time flies. I know. That means yeah, you're learning a lot. 俺、別の彼女になった。I don't know what you are talking about. Okay. Let's see. Felt like 20 minutes. Yeah, that's a good sign. Okay. And let me see. Now she's using to instead of ni. Which one? Instead of ni. You mean like somebody to? You mean? Yeah. That's like a somebody to. I just wanted to include like a new, element to it. So let's see. What else? Yeah, it's a lot to scroll through. Let's see. Sorry about that. Using Tony, yeah, it will be easy. Get used to the structure. Good. There'll be dragons in chat. Okay. Save your questions for the end of the class. Patrick, こんばんは. Late to the party. Okay, good. I'm late because I just returned. Oh, okay. Oh, you went to the convention? There's another convention happening? Good. Excellent. 配信の先生. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, 配信の先生. Yeah, live streaming teacher. Yeah, that's right. Good, Akiyama. And fishing in Kyoto? 京都のfishing in Kyoto. 京都で釣る? You mean 京都でfishing in Kyoto? 京都で釣る? You mean like 釣りをする? Like to fish? Fishing, okay. 京都の釣り? You mean like, okay. In that case, it's kind of strange to put it that way. Yeah, fishing in Kyoto. In that case, you might wanna 京都で釣りをする. You might wanna like make a different sentence first. So 京都で釣りをする, like a fish in Kyoto, and then maybe like just continue, talking about how the fishing went. Anyway, so let's see. Good to see you have the energy to join the stream. Good, yeah, Patrick. Yeah, it barely feel my legs. So much walking. I know, like when you go to a convention, you just like keep walking, and like yeah, I walked for like 5 or 6 hours like straight, like in the anime expo, and I was dying. So I understand how you feel. Okay. Let me see. Oh, message. A lot of messages removed. I didn't touch anything. Okay, it's not me doing. Zering. He is very poetic sounding. Yeah. He, okay, yeah. That it does sound. Yeah, it is actually. Zeren, you're right. The he sounds poetic. That's right, because sometimes, like in in the lyrics of like a song, sometimes they use it because it sounds very poetic. So yeah, that's true. And in books and things like that too. So your again looks a big question mark. Yeah, I mean this one looks like a question mark. Yeah, good. Yeah, good point. Akiyama, seems I have to watch both Dr. Stone and Bungo Stray Dogs. Yes, you have to. Yeah, there are requirements for this academy. You gotta know about the characters from Dr. Stone and Bungo Stray Dogs, and of course Oshinoko, and all my favorite anime shows in order to understand my classes. Not. Let me see. Watch lists are growing. Right. Yeah, you gotta watch a lot of things, huh? I know. Oh yeah, right. Yeah, Oshinoko, the new volume is coming out, right? Yeah, I've ordered mine too, so I can't wait to keep reading that one. Good one. Yeah, the Oshinoko manga and show, the anime, both of them are great. I mean, anime, yeah, looks, of course, more beautiful and detailed. But if you want to know what happens, like, in the story, you kind of want to, read the manga version, which I did. Let me see. Same. Let me see. Kind of surprised that a wa doesn't change to ga when oshinoko is at the beginning of the sentence. I know that order doesn't dictate the function thanks to the particle. But still, yeah, it's just I'm just simply using A is B structure for let me see. Okay. You mean this one? Oshinoko? You want to do the Oshinoko が今日本で一番人気のアニメ. Okay, so yeah, well, of course, like depends on the focus and the delivery you want. Because I just wanted to kind of keep the sentence as just like, just like A is B, A は B structure. So that's why I'm saying 推しの子は今日本で一番人気のアニメ. It sounds very natural when I say it like this. But if I say 推しの子が今日本で一番人気のアニメ, okay, in that case, I need more context before that. So like maybe if I'm talking about, okay, Bungo, Stray Dogs, Dr. Stone, all the, good anime, shows, and, I'm listing different anime, but if I'm saying, yeah, actually, you know what? Oshinoko is the most popular, by the way. In that case, yeah, Oshinoko が今日本で一番人気のアニメ, sure. But in this case, I'm just like, my, tone here is a little bit more neutral. I'm not saying like, I didn't list other shows, prior to this sentence. If I said, oh yeah, I love Bungo Stray Dogs が大好き, or like, if I list, Kimetsu, so on and so forth, and then like, what's the best one? Which one's the best? Then, yeah, 推しの子が一番人気. Sure, that's fine too. But in this case, the reason why I use the wa here is that it just sounds natural to me right now. Okay, so of course, it takes some time to kind of know what's right. But in this case, why am I using what? It's just because I'm simply saying A is B. A will B structure. And I didn't really list other shows prior to that. And I'm not putting too much focus on Oshinoko here. Like, oh, out of all anime, you know what? Oshinoko is the most popular right now. Okay, in that case, sure, you can use ga, but here, like my, kind of tone is like, okay, just simply A is B. Okay, it just sounds right to me right now. So that's why I'm just using 推しの子は今日本で一番人気のアニメ. Because if I use 推しの子が今日本で一番人気のアニメ, it sounds a little bit odd depending on how I say it. So be careful when you're using like ga. You always want to have a reason why you are using a certain particle. In this case, I'm simply using A or B. I have a reason for it. You see? So you don't want to go like, oh, I saw ga somewhere. I'm going to just pop it in there. You don't want to do that. You always want to have a reason why you are using wa or ga, or it doesn't matter. You always want to explain yourself, and then you get better at, deciding which one to use. Okay? So that's that. Let me see. I hope that explains. Let's see. Who else is talking? Just looking at the chat. Okay, I can. I would have put God there. Good. Thank you. Would have used here because I sometimes saw it and I thought it was it's not commonly used. Akiyama Taenyan surely is in a flow today. Am I? am I on fire? I hope there's an appointed with the spirits of the ancestors, as it would be kind of weird to meet with them on a toilet. Yeah, I know. Yeah. Let's see. Zeren, unless the spirit is Hanako-san. Yeah, right. Uma Musume is such a great show as well. Yeah, Uma Musume is cute. Hechi, I'm almost scared that I might mistake ni in a vocab for the particle ni or other particles in general. Is that an actual problem that could happen to, or do I just need to get used to Japanese? You mean like the ones I was just talking about? Like, let's see. You mean like something like this? somebody に会う、バスに乗る。They're more like, let me see, 山に登る, for example. It just comes with it. Climb a mountain. Sorry. Shall I just say yama and then see if it comes? Yeah, okay, here we go. I love that. Okay, so yama ni noboru. It just comes with it. Okay, so something ni noboru. Yeah, maybe you are talking about something like this. Okay, let me see. I'll just write it in hiragana. It has kanji, but maybe you're not familiar, so yeah, something ni noboru. This ni has actually nothing. It has nothing to do with the inner outer location, even though yama, the mountain might look like a location. It's just like, okay, as I said, some verbs take ni as a particle. It's just like almost like a built-in thing. So when you're saying to climb a mountain, climb Mount Fuji, Everest, whatever, something ni noboru, this is what you'll be using. So there'll be like some patterns where you'll be using ni. The way I see it is it's just a pattern that comes with it. Okay, and then this actually has nothing to do with whatever we did before, like destination or like in at the location. Oh yeah, everything is in different places because I moved it. I'll fix it later. Okay, so yes, there aren't many though. Something like somebody ni au, it just comes with it again, and basu ni noru. Yeah, we don't really have too many of these things. Kind of built in, kind of ni. I say built in, but like it just comes out when you use a noun before it, like this. Okay, so that's that. Let's see. Have a look at the chat. I think that is a problem if I'm used to speaking and reading Japanese. I guess it's just my mindset because my Japanese is limited at the moment. It's just like the mindset. Maybe I suggest that maybe you need to have is like you are like making progress every day. Not like you don't want to focus on like what you don't know, like, oh, there's so many things that I don't know. Not like that. So you learn something new and you actually know much more than yesterday. It's so funny to look at myself. I'm not making these faces. It's just like my face tracking. I didn't set it up right. It's hilarious. It's a comedy show. Anyway, so yeah, don't worry. Like today, like I've shown you so much, and this will like make it so much easier. To know which particles to use, like especially when it involves in at the location or to a destination. Okay, and some other things. Let's see. Who else is here? Now that I think about it, Kyoto, right? There's something like Kyoto fishing. That's trying to is verb plus koto. You mean yeah, don't confuse noun and noun. Like when you're doing noun and noun, you don't want to use koto. Okay. Nounifying is useful when you are saying like let me see, like 食べることが好き or like アニメを見ることが好き like a kind of quick thing, like but you don't want to kind of overuse it. Okay. Let's see. Patrick, I've heard in a video from native Japanese that ga is used for comparisons, and it works for noun, ga adjective. Okay, no confusion. Like I don't get confused. Okay, when I talk about comparisons, actually wa also is used too. So again, don't take things out of context. Okay, that's why, like, my lessons, like my lesson class streams are long, because I don't want to be misunderstood. Okay, so if you start taking, oh, I want to just take this bit out of this video, and I want to just kind of use that, it's not gonna work without the bigger picture. So yeah. Actually, for comparisons, we also use wa too. So yeah, don't worry about it. I actually talked about it before briefly, but yeah, don't confuse yourself. That ga is like again, for certain adjectives, they take ga. Again, those are just patterns. I'll see them as patterns rather than comparison. It's not really a comparison. Are you talking about like comparative? That's a different thing. Okay, so that's why, like, when I explain certain things, I need to explain some other elements that could be related to the specific topic. Okay, so honestly, don't pick like one thing out of like out of context. Don't pick, oh, I just want to use this, and probably it's wrong. So I'm not saying like these videos are wrong or anything, but maybe it's just not explained in a correct way. Maybe they should have explained a little bit more to clarify certain things, which I do all the time. So that's why I've decided to kind of clear confusion of learners. I just dropped a little ball. It was on my desk. Anyway, let's go to the next question. Let's see. Don't worry about comparatives. So we talk about comparatives at some point, but not now. I don't want to confuse anybody. 庭には鶏がいる. Right. I can say that. Let's see. Akiyama. Patrick saying to Akiyama. Oh, right. My bad. I'm not used to type on a smartphone. Don't worry. Hichi. Yes. That's it. That answered my question. That's good. Yeah, it's good. Hichi. Yeah, good. Okay, Akiyama, ni has so many uses. Again, yeah, Akiyama, again, ni is not one thing. Again, it's not one thing. That's why I name every single ni. Okay, again, as I said earlier, particles are like people. Okay, particles are like people. They might look like they have the same name, but they're different people. Okay, otherwise it gets really confusing. Let me see. That's very nice advice. Thank you. Thank you. Akiyama is supposed to be a this isn't supposed to be a comedy show. It is today because yeah, I forgot to forgot to set my I forgot to fix some settings of my avatar. Well, myself because they just released a new new update, and I'm like, crap, I don't have time to fix it. So I'm just like, I'll just go as I am. Okay, so like I might like more function and then do something else, but it's part of the fun. Okay. Let me see. Patrick, so it's probably best to immerse tone to subconsciously use ga wa as rules for them. Kind of complicated. Yeah, like my advice to you again is like, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. And if I introduce something, just learn as it is. Like as it comes, you just learn it. Okay. And then eventually you will know, oh, okay, in this case, I'm using this, so I'm gonna use ga. So because again, as I said, there's no quick answer to it. Okay. And if somebody says, oh yeah, here's a quick fix, I don't believe it. Because I can list all different types of was and gas and everything, and I can actually prove that it's not a quick fix. Okay, but as I know as a teacher, you learn different kind of different situations, and almost like conditions where you use wa and ga. So like again, like as I said, yeah, if it's A or B, use wa, and if you have like if you have the doer of the action, subject wa, unless it's a secondary subject, and so on and so forth. There are many rules, so many rules. I mean, I could even do that. Let me see. There's just like so many things to talk about in terms of what and ga, because it again is not a quick fix. So like, what did I say about the secondary subject? What is it? Let me see. Okay. Keiki. Okay. Nice and simple. Nice and simple here. Taenyan wa, so subject wa doer, doer of the action. Doer of the action, subject wa. Nice and simple. ケーキを object を direct object を作った past tense of 作る to make. So I Taenyan made a cake or baked a cake, doesn't matter. So let's make it made. Made a cake. Okay. So I have, well, since I am the doer of the action, I'm using what, right? Guess what? Let me see. Oh, what's that? Here it is. Okay, here we go. Let's take a look. It's a hidden subject, which I don't say. What I want to say here is that I ate the cake that Taenyan made. Okay. Too bad, it's gone. Here we go. What's this? Okay, let's take a look. So, who is the real subject? The real subject is I. And so subject what is actually taken here. Okay? Even though it's not even mentioned. Okay. Hey, what about like, okay, Tanya, previously she had what? Now it's changed to ga. Why is that? Okay, let's take a look. Let's take a look at this chunk here. Oh, block. Okay. I'm using a little, like a little thing. I'm explaining this, basically. Okay. I call this verb noun combo. It's my own terminology. Okay. Nobody says like that. Because like in Japanese textbooks, they say something else and it doesn't really make sense to me. So I'll just say verb noun combo. We'll talk about this later, but like, okay, what I wanna say was this sentence is basically based on, let me see. In a nutshell, this is that, isn't it? 私はケーキを食べた. That's what it is. So 私は so subject は see, I'm not changing anything. Subject は okay? Subject は main subject takes はケーキを that's the object を the direct object を食べた. I ate. Ate はケーキ. So ケーキを食べた. So this is like kind of shorter version of it. But I actually want to say that the cake that Taenyan made, not from shops, she's got skills. So ケーキを食べた. I wanna elaborate a little bit more. I wanna explain a little bit more. And then this happened. Okay, so the cake that Taenyan made. So if you take a look at this section, this little section is like a little, clause, or like, it's a clause, it's a noun clause, but let's say it's a block or chunk, okay? So this is still one thing. What one thing? ケーキ. Okay? So Taenyan が作ったケーキ. So the cake that Taenyan made. And this one is not, I am not the main, subject anymore. Because the main subject is taken. Somebody else actually ate my cake, actually. So Taenyan が作ったケーキ. Yeah, this happens. Even though Taenyan is the subject of this cake. I mean, of 作る. 作った is a past tense, Who made it? I made it. But the thing is, if you look at the bigger picture here, in a sentence, 私? Well, maybe let's use a different subject, okay, because you might get confused with me and Taenyan. Okay, let's see. Haburu, my cat. Okay, Haburu は okay, so since it's a new subject, I'm gonna so Haburu is my cat. Let's use Habo as a subject. So that you know that I'm separating the two. Okay. So that you don't confuse Taenyan with watashi. So let me see. So yeah. Haburu, my cat, Habo. Haburu はケーキを食べた. Nice and simple, isn't it? So subject は doer of the action は and ケーキを食べた ate the cake. But now I want to say Habo ate the cake that Taenyan made. Too bad. He ate it. So ハブルはタイニャンが作ったケーキを食べた. Again, I'm actually not questioning who did it. I'm not saying that. Okay, I'm just stating the fact. Okay, he did this. This just happened. I'm not saying who ate the cake. I'm not actually saying that because in that case, it's gonna be a different story. So here, subject は always explain why you are using は I'm using subject は because Habo is the doer of the action. Nice and simple. You always have to explain why you are using a certain particle. Okay? So, and here I'm using Taenyan ga. Why? Because this is like more like a secondary subject. And also, it's happening, this is one little block. Oh. Clause. Clause is a noun clause. But to keep it simple, I would just say it's a chunk, basically. And this is one thing, actually. So keiki, so the cake, and the verb always comes before it. Okay, so the Taenyan made, the cake that Taenyan made. And in this section, I am the mini subject. I am the mini subject, but in that case, I'm not the main subject, so I'm actually taking ga. Okay, so you just like, something like this just happens. So every time, you don't want to guess, like, oh, it sounds like it's what? Oh, I'm using the subject, shall I use ga? Like, no, it shouldn't be that way. Honestly, again, it's not a quick fix. You have to be able to explain what it is. Here, this is doer of the action wa, fine, and I'm using Taenyan ga because within this chunk or clause block, Taenyan is the subject of this verb. Okay, but this one, Taenyan, is not the main subject. That's why I'm using ga. Okay, so like you always have to have a reason, and there's honestly no quick fix. So when you are, learning a structure like this, then you learn. Does it make sense? Okay, so I don't know why everyone's so fascinated by like, oh, I want to know, how to distinguish wa and ga. Honestly, my answer is like, okay, too bad. It's like so many different things that you've got to learn. So like, you just like, okay, if you learn this kind of structure, of course, I'm trying to cover that, pretty soon. But like, then oh, okay, in this case, I know that I'm using wa here because, haburu is the, the doer of the action of the main sentence. It's the main, subject. But this one is more like a secondary. It's a mini subject within this little clause or a block. Okay. So yeah. I always say, honestly, there's no quick answer. And if someone says like I know the quick answer, I don't believe it. Sorry. Okay, so that's that. Okay, let me see. No, dun, 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 dun. Who else? Hmm. I'm just looking at the chat again. Let me see. Could you please post the notes soon as soon as possible because I would like to study tonight. Okay, sure, I will. I always post notes. You know, don't worry. I'll finish it off because I'm dying. So okay. I'm dying. You don't want to see me die on the live stream. Okay. Yeah, she was Iru, but then now she's Aru. Okay, it's a comedy show. Anyway, who else? Yeah, there might be books. Actually, in Wa Anaga, yeah, in Japan, I actually witnessed this massive like book talking about Wa Anaga. That's why I say don't even ask. Okay, you want to just learn the ones that applies to whatever you want to say. Okay, that's my answer. Okay, that's nice and simple, isn't it? Okay, let's see. Could definitely write books about. Yeah, I know, so many exceptions. Right. Patrick, that's that cake is safe for cats. Of course, cat safe cakes. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, Zeren, yeah, her voice better eating. Yeah, he's a messy eater. Yeah, he is. Akiyama, that's why they are so vague with how the particles work in the textbooks, right? You can't explain it all without the rest of the knowledge. You're right, Akiyama, that's exactly what I want to say. Exactly my thought. Yeah, so like forget about like, oh, you tell me all the secrets of what Anuka. Okay, good luck. Okay, because I'm not gonna. As I said, I can still introduce, like some that's really important, but of course I'm not gonna throw everything at you right now, like I will still introduce some. Yeah. But yeah, I don't want to drive you crazy, and I don't want you to be obsessed about what God, which one. No, you don't have to worry. Okay. Let's see. Curry. I think my favorite comparison for let me see. Wa is wa anata ga suki anata wa yeah. Yeah, so Curry, let's see. What Corey is saying is I'll finish with this one. Okay. So yeah, so that's based on something. Ski. Yeah. Is so let me see. If you're using this, it's normally let's see, neko ga suki, of course. I like cats. Not cast. I can't even spell anymore. My gosh. What's wrong with me? Nothing is wrong with me. Neko ga suki. So yeah, I'm just using this ga suki pattern. It just comes with it. Like, again, like some things, suki, something like this, it just comes with it. It's just kind of built-in thing. Neko ga suki. I like cats. So of course here, this is implied. Okay. This is of course a subject wa, but don't overanalyze it. Okay. Don't overanalyze it. Sometimes something like this, you don't want to overanalyze it because it's not going to align with what it is in English. Okay. But the way I see is, yeah, ga suki is just a pattern to say you like something. Okay, I'm just using that. And then the hidden subject is like, okay, whom am I talking about? I'm talking about myself, my preference. Okay, my preference. Okay, I'm talking about me, liking cats. Ski is actually a net adjective, so be careful. Okay, so Corey was saying, let's see, if I change the subject, actually, actually, haburu wa, okay, haburu wa, okay, always doesn't give me the right,ハブルはユフィが好き。Okay. Talking about my cats. Okay, so who likes who? ハブルはハボユフィが好き。Again, something が好き。Something が好き。Like something. So yeah, likes Yuffie. So basically, Habo likes Yuffie. Okay, but then as I said, don't be over, analyze. Don't over analyze something like this because it's not gonna align with, English, translation. Since ski is a net adjective, and if you're trying to kind of like, oh, it's an adjective, it's not gonna work. Okay, but simply this just means Habo likes Yuffie. That's it. You don't want to overanalyze it. Or they sometimes fight. Not fight, but like they go like. I want to film that too. It's so cute. Anyway, so that's that. Let's see. Let's look at the chat. I will be going soon. Don't worry. Patrick, they should put the picture of that book under the topic of differences between what I get in textbooks. I know. Let's see. Hechi, thank you for the class and the live Q&A. Good. Yes, you're welcome. Oh my god, you just like so less sensei. I know. I'm broken now. I don't know what's gonna happen. Anyway. Okay. So I know you guys are tired. I'm, like kind of dead now. So, I'm dying. Well, you don't want to see me die. Okay. So good to have you here. Okay, don't worry. I'll give you the notes and everything. Okay. This, everything will be uploaded shortly. I might have to fix a little bit, but it will take me like 10-15 minutes, and I will upload the files and then make a download link in the description of this stream or in the comment section. You might see it somewhere else. But like, yeah, find it. Okay. So. Okay, I'm gonna disappear. And just like kind of sleep. I want to go out later, like maybe like I don't know, eat out something. Sensei shinda, right? I died. I resurrected immediately. Anyway, who else want to say anything before I go? Yes, take your time. I take my time all the time. I'm just like so laid back. Okay. Zeren, otsukare. Patrick, thank you so much for the stream. Fun and informative. That's what I'm going for. That's my kind of thing. Otsukare-sama deshita. Akiyama, thank you. Good. Anyone want to say anything before I disappear into the world of interwebs? You can say something before I go. Otherwise, I'm gonna just like quit. Just end immediately. Anyway, so I'm going. Okay, going. Bye. Bye. またね